Then I realized no one had told her about the end of love in Manhattan. Cupid has flown the co-op. How the hell did we get into this mess? It's like the riddle of the Sphinx. Why are there so many great unmarried women and no great unmarried men? So you think it's really possible to pull off this whole, women having sex like men thing? Hello? Wait.
Do you have to be a supermodel to get a date in New York?
Modelizers are a particular breed. Do you have a light?
Sure.
So I totally dig your friend Miranda.
You're kidding, that's great.
Yeah, I think she is so sexy and smart and...
The bone is like the human equivalent of a sable coat. He's so beautiful that I find that sometimes I have to look away.
Being beautiful is like having a rent-controlled apartment overlooking the park. Completely unfair, and usually bestowed upon those who deserve it least. My friend Patience and her husband invited me out to the Hamptons for the weekend. Oh, well, I ran into Peter in the hallway without his underwear on. P.S. Congratulations. Was Miranda right? Were we enemies? Is there a secret Cold War between marrieds and singles?
Every gay guy I know is running off to Hawaii, putting on a caftan, reciting vows, and feeling superior to me.
But then I realized I was having coffee with the marrying guy, that elusive and rare Manhattan man whose sights were set on marriage. Over the next week and a half, I met Sean for a movie. I met him for another movie. And I helped him pick out a top-of-the-line cheese grater at Williams-Sonoma.
How did you manage to get a new boyfriend in a week?
He's not my boyfriend, he's just somebody I'm trying on. They seem to meet everywhere. On street corners. And then, after another chance meeting, at a wealthy lawyer's new son's bris. Samantha proceeded to give me a rundown of her night with John. No age, no inhibitions. Later that week, Miranda and I compared notes. Shouldn't we be dating men our own age? The crossword puzzle asked me to meet him for a drink blank. Not quite a date, 5 letters, starts with a T.
If whoever holds the dick holds the power, but hello, you're driving. The question is, if he goes up your butt, will he respect you more or respect you less? That's the issue.
No smoking gap.
Sir, we're talking up the butt. A cigarette is in order.
Who cares? A hole is a hole.
Can I quote you?
Oh, don't be so judgmental. You could use a little back door.
I'm not a hole.
Just saying, with the right guy and the right lubricant.
What was that?
A preview?
Damn. It would have been so cool if I hadn't looked back.
Can we please talk about this over lunch somewhere else? Or somewhere like New Jersey where we might actually get seated?
He has a tiny little penis, but he knows exactly how to use it.
Oh.
Wave, darling, wave. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
I invited the girls over for poker.
I'll buy 2.
I'm in for 3. A couple of hours later, I was looking forward to calling it an early night when... But I rationalized that my new shoes shouldn't be punished just because I can't budget.
Yes.
He was passing through New York on his way to Brazil to supervise construction of a new hotel. The next morning, I was brought back down to earth as I confronted that eternal puzzle. A closet full of clothes, nothing to wear.
I like to spend the whole day smelling like Miranda.
Later, I spent the most incredibly romantic afternoon with Gilles. We had such a fantastic connection. Then he leaves me money. I don't understand. What exactly about me screams whore?
Besides the $1,000 on the end table?
Two weeks ago, I had my picture taken.
Oh, honey, it's fabulous. Bravo.
It's tits on toast, baby, but you make it work.
Well, let's just say it. It's the naked dress.
You both got excited and you went for it. Stop blaming yourself.
No, I don't blame myself. I blame the dress. The dress. The dress led me on, had a life of its own. So how long have you been seeing her?
A while.
Is this a painful topic? How many of us out there are having great sex with people we're ashamed to introduce to our friends?
Oh, you look...
Naked. That weekend, I was out with a man whose name I wanted to shout from the rooftops. I also tried not to let it bother me that he took me back to Feng Hua, scene of our post-coital dinner. How can you judge him till you spank him? I'm only kidding.
But, I mean, obviously, this is what he's into.
Oh, don't worry, sweetie.
No, this is not me. This is me reacting to your perception of me. 4-hour conversations flew by in the space of 15 minutes, and a few days apart felt like weeks. I can't believe it. He's seen other women. Rick. What was happening to me? I used to get a secret rush from men who hit on me during their 15 minutes of fame.
Good night.
Bye. Who was that self-important bitch?
I think that was Skipper's new girlfriend. I realized I was alone in a park at 3 a.m. and that it was time to call it a night.
What are you doing back here? You said to meet out front.
This is the front.
Threesomes are huge right now. They're the blowjob of the 90s.
What was the blowjob of the 80s?
Anal sex.
Any sex, period. That's great. Dreams are a really good way to experiment. It's like buying a dress and keeping the tags on.
He's never gonna leave his wife for you, you know. They never do.
Thank God. Who needs the trouble? This is ideal. No muss, no fuss.
Charlotte was right. We don't really know the people we sleep with. But at least I get 5 minutes face-to-face with her.
Carrie? Come right in. Barbara's ready for you.
Okay, that was good. Great. Thanks, bye.
Carrie Bradshaw.
Hey. The next day, the flesh and blood Barbara asked me to lunch.
Hi. Thanks for meeting me.
Oh, thanks for inviting me. I didn't see Mr. Big for 8 days.
Well, that was a great meal.
Yeah, it was. And us. We look like the witches of Eastwick.
I know where my next orgasm is coming from. Who here could say as much?
I hope I didn't give you the wrong idea. I think Alan's great. I mean, he's incredibly successful.
Look, we all think we're Carolyn Bessette, and one day John John's out of the picture, and we're happy just to have some guy who can throw around a frisbee.
I think I broke my vagina.
Oh, sorry, my point.
No, metaphorically, I mean, with the rabbit.
Oh, so romantic.
You only like it because she gets to sleep for 100 years and she doesn't age.
I invited Stanford to the ballet. That night, Miranda and I had plans to join Charlotte for a gallery opening in Chelsea when...
Of course.
I love my Stanford. He's a very sweet boy, but you know he is a fruit.
I realized then that the only inheritance Stanford was going to get from his grandmother was her collection of Chanel suits.
Definitely too much salt.
Sometimes there is nothing harder in life than being happy for somebody else.
Take it off!
Samantha and Lainey had a long-standing rivalry. 4 city girls set off to visit the country mice.
Are we there yet?
I've already had 2 of these, so we're gonna be stopping a lot.
I'm late. I missed my period.
Patty, honey, where are those beards?
What did I miss?
Nothing.
Can you picture it? Us with
Kids?
babies.
I'll probably end up with 5.
Maybe we better sit down.
Fuck no, where's the bar? Somebody get me a drink.
No, I don't know, Lainey. You think that's a good idea?
Fuck yeah. I'm due any day. What's one little drink gonna matter? Maybe it'll help me go into labor.
On the way home, I got my period.
That's the kind with nuts in it.
We love our nuts. I hadn't dressed so quickly since the time I was caught in the boys' dorm sophomore year.
Wait, don't you want some coffee?
Oh gosh, I'm late for a thing. Oh, and then we have to stop and see the Renoirs. I love the Renoirs.
Okay.
God, I hate that. Who am I to know what's normal? Dating 100 years, I don't have a clue. Do you think it means something if Big and I are sleeping together, but we're not sleeping together?
The truth?
And when have I ever wanted that? Terrified of going to Mr. Biggs for what could become another platonic sleepover, I paced my apartment and tried not to think about our lack of sex when... Maybe I should leave. I stood there and waited for the obligatory, "He's coming to stop me," 10 seconds. He didn't. I think it's over. I should never have farted.
Jesus, Carrie, that's it. I've heard enough about the fart. It's not the fucking fart.
I know it's not the fucking fart. I think I'm in love with him, and I'm terrified that he's gonna leave me because I'm not perfect. My friend Miranda was dating Thomas John Anderson, an up-and-coming New York playwright. Single people in New York rarely ask about their dates' religious backgrounds, for the same reason they don't ask the number of former sex partners. Too scary. Having been raised in the church of be nice to people and don't talk with your mouth full, I decided to check out some more traditional religious types.
He goes to church with his mother? That can't be good.
Oh, don't listen to her. Who is this fabulous mother in the hat, and when do I get to go to church with you two?
You want to go to church?
Well, you say that like I'm the Antichrist or something.
Okay, I'm ready. Put it in.
It is in.
Samantha said a little prayer that he was kidding.
Aren't you the young lady who made all that noise?
Slippery gloves. Morning.
Good morning.
James has a small dick.
Oh, well, it's not the end of the world.
It's really small.
How small?
Too small.
Well, size isn't everything.
3 inches.
Well,
Hard.
Seeing eyes of mine, you see, there are no trees inside of me. In this desert, I can